together for parties and celebrations, especially when there is a theme surrounding a gathering, and 4th of July is no exception. So today we are making marshmallows that will be dipped in candy coating, which will be part of a platter of red, white, and blue treats of various kinds. You could call it a charcuterie board if you would like. It is going to be really pretty and the presentation will be great. What you will need are some sticks to put into the top of your marshmallows. I'm using blue. You can use red, white, blue, whatever color you'd like. I have candy coating. I have white and red. I had blue, but I'll give you some tips on why I don't have blue at the moment. I'll have to go get more blue. I'll tell you about that later. And then I have some sprinkles. I have put in this little cake pop holder some popsicle sticks so that when I'm done dipping and I don't want a flat bottom from laying them down here, I can just put them right here and they can dry. So to get started, we need to melt the candy coating, and I'll give you some good ideas on how to make that work almost perfectly, work well, after I've made several mistakes. Melt the candy coating, and then when you cut the straws, cut them at an angle so there's a point. That way you can stick them right into the marshmallow without any problem. So I always use white candy coating to stick my sticks in because white can be colored with any other color, red or blue. So when you stick your popsicle stick into the marshmallow, you want to make sure it's going to be straight up and down. So it doesn't really matter how the marshmallow sits, as long as when you put it in the marshmallow, and it might not be in the center, because if you put it in the center, it might be off kilter. So this is an example of an off kilter marshmallow. It's just not going to work. It's not going to work. And I want everything to be pretty uniform in my platter. We'll start by putting all the sticks in the marshmallows, and then we're going to let them dry for probably about 15 minutes. My candy coating from the sticks is nice and dry, so now I can dip it into my melted colored candy coating. I am going to start with the red, and usually colored candy coating tends to be thicker than the white. So you'll just dip it in enough to cover the entire marshmallow. One thing I learned about this is patience. You can't rush the process at all. And you want to make sure that you get all of the excess candy coating off the marshmallow. So this is the part where patience is going to be necessary. So you can tap the side, you can twirl it, and tap some more, and just tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. Just when you think all of the excess has been tapped off, there's still more. And the reason you want to make sure of that is if there's too much candy coating on the marshmallow when you put on the sprinkles won't stay on. It'll just drip right off. And that's pain. And it's ugly. So when you're fairly certain that it is not going to drip down the center of your popsicle stick or your cardboard straw, then you can place it on your popsicle stick in the holder. Now I'll probably wait about 2 or 3 minutes before I put the sprinkles on that, because I really want to make sure the sprinkles stay on and that the candy coating or the weight of the sprinkles is too heavy for the candy coating and they just drip off. So you'll do as many as you want in whatever colors. You'll definitely want to make sure the candy coating is completely dry if you're planning on drizzling with your decorating, but you just go through one by one and dip them nice and slowly, tapping on the side, making sure all the excess is off. And again, it does take a little bit of time, but it'll be well worth it when the marshmallows look really pretty, especially on your platter. The red one has been drying for a couple of minutes now, and I'm ready to put the sprinkles on. I put the sprinkles in a little container like this as opposed to dumping them, because then I have more control over how many sprinkles go on the marshmallow. And you just put sprinkles on and hope that they're not too heavy for the candy coating and that you didn't rush the process. You just sprinkle them on gently and easily until you have the amount that you would like. And then you have a pretty patriotic red, white, and blue marshmallow. I am all done decorating and dipping all my marshmallows. I even got a little bit creative with these guys and tried to make them look like a flag. I made a little video on how to do that, and I'll stick it in the description below. Of course, I had to go out and get some blue melts because I overheated the ones I had, and it was a complete disaster. And once you overheat it, you're done. You can't use them at all. Just throw it out in the garbage. Done. Unusable. Forever. Here's a couple of tips to help you avoid having to throw out overheated, ruined candy melts like I did with the blue the first time around. So first of all, I use these glass jars with these lids that I got at the dollar store because it's easy to melt and store this and then reheat it again easily. When you take the melts out of the package for the first time, you're going to put them in your glass, turn on the microwave for 30 seconds, wait another 30 seconds, and then turn the microwave on for another 30 seconds. And then I use these little skewers and I start to stir it. And after the second 30 seconds, the bottom of the glass will probably be pretty hot. Using these glasses, that is one thing for sure, that the bottoms will get hot. And if it's hot to touch, then you're gonna have to just stir and stir and stir and stir, because otherwise it will get ruined because the bottom is so hot that it'll melt it to the point of being ruined. And you don't want that to happen. So after the candy melts have been sitting out and you've dipped your marshmallows and maybe you're waiting before you can drizzle and the melts are cooling off and they're too thick to actually use, put them back in the microwave for another 10, maybe 15 seconds. And that'll be all you really need to do to get it back to the part where you'll be able to dip it. When you are drizzling, I use the skewers to drizzle because the consistency is nice and skinny. And when the drizzle comes out, it's really thin. I've used a spoon before and the drizzle's just too fat. And I don't want a big fat lump of drizzle. And the consistency should be like this in order for you to drizzle properly. So hopefully those tips will be helpful. The biggest tip of all is don't overheat it. Don't overheat it. And if the bottom of the glass is too hot, then you just gotta stir and stir and stir until it starts to cool down. Otherwise you risk ruining your chocolate. So hopefully that is helpful. We are going to put together our platter of 4th of July treats. So we have that to look forward to in a little bit. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.